This is the Transportation TV News Update. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. Topping the news this week, the American Society of Civil Engineers, ASCE, used Washington, D.C.'s functionally obsolete but safe to use Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge as a backdrop for the release of its 2013 report card on the state of the nation's infrastructure.
Civil engineers are stewards of the environment and our nation's infrastructure, charged with design, construction, operation, and maintenance of these vital public works.
16 different categories of infrastructure were graded, from aviation to wastewater, and according to the ASCE, the overall grade was a D+. The co-founder of the Building America's Future Coalition, former Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell, told reporters at the ASCE press conference he wasn't surprised by the low grade.
The World Economic Forum, just less than 10 years ago, ranked the overall American infrastructure as #1 in the world. And in less than 10 years, they reclassified and re-ranked the countries, and we now rank 14th. It is a disgrace that in the richest country in the world, we've allowed our infrastructure to virtually crumble from lack of investment.
Focusing on surface transportation infrastructure, the ASCE says the grade for roads went up from a D- in 2009 to a D this year, due in large part to the one-time investments made to improve pavement smoothness using stimulus funds provided by the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Bridges also went up from a C- in 2009 to a C+.
Well, what we're seeing across America is certainly a recognition that we had a number of deficient bridges. And so we're seeing states and cities actually come to grips with that, and they're starting to invest more money in their bridges. I happen to live in the Portland, Oregon area, and for the first time in 75 years, we're building 2 bridges across the river in Portland. One of them a replacement and one of them brand new. And you're seeing that played out nationwide.
In a statement released by the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials, Executive Director Bud Wright said, "This report card accentuates the need for a long-term, sustainable funding source for surface transportation moving forward. By connecting greater investment in transportation projects to measurable improvements in efficiency and connectivity, the report demonstrates why adequate infrastructure investment is key to our future economic prosperity." In terms of surface transportation projects alone, the ASCE estimates America has an $846 billion investment gap between what we're spending in 2013 and what we need to invest by the year 2020.
I think the message is that if we can invest in our infrastructure, you'll get a better quality of life. Maybe you won't be stuck in traffic across this bridge behind us. Your water systems will continue to deliver clean, safe, reliable water no matter where you are in the United States. Wastewater systems will discharge treated wastewater into our rivers, leaving them still swimmable, fishable, drinkable. I mean, this is an investment as opposed to an expenditure, and the whole system works together.
To find out more about the ASCE report card, which includes state-by-state data, go to www.infrastructurereportcard.org. In other news, transportation investment took center stage in Massachusetts this week when Governor Deval Patrick filed a $13.7 billion transportation bond bill to address a backlog of deferred maintenance and strategically improve the state's transportation system over the next 10 years. In a statement, Governor Patrick said, "These investments will create the jobs and opportunity today that will build a stronger Commonwealth for tomorrow." The governor says the investment will reduce congestion on roads, curb delays, and minimize crowding on trains and buses. And speaking of investment, the European newswire AFP reports that Thailand's cabinet approved a plan this week to spend $68 billion on a high-speed railway and other transportation megaprojects to drive that nation's economic development. Under the 7-year plan, government officials say 200 high-speed trains will cross over 4 lines linking the capital Bangkok with the north, south, and eastern parts of the country. That's the Transportation TV News Update. Thanks for watching.